dude, you saw number one. He's lucky. I'm glad that
Yeah.
he was okay. That was a dirty fall, a tough impact on the face of that jump right there on the start of the heat race. And like, walk us through there. And what do you think? Like, what were you thinking when you saw that?
Yeah, just clips that middle triple there, and as we're watching right here, just doesn't get the lift that he needed, and then catches the landing, and it throws all of his body weight forward into the bars, and luckily he was able to make that his body over that landing or that one of those jumps, and then straight to the face, onto the stomach. Yeah, big crash, but also, like you said, Ricky, in the amongst the whole field. What, 2 turns into that qualifying race. It's a sketchy situation to put yourself in right there off the line. Obviously these riders are they're very professional. I'm trying to miss riders when they go down. Nobody wants to end up either landing on somebody, because half the time if you do end up hitting bike or the rider, 9 times out of 10 you go down too. So but yeah, big mistake on Chase's part, as we've seen in a lot of these races this season so far. It's I don't even know what to say. There's been a lot of mistakes.
There's nothing to say, dude. It's playing out. The way it's playing out, we've beat it up the last 3 weeks on here. You said it perfectly last week, dude. You're tired of talking about it. Yeah. I'm tired of talking about it. I just wonder if there's this something under the layer that we don't know about, or is there something there? Because now, like, it's just, this is so repetitive for a guy of how gnarly he is and the racer that he is. I almost wonder if there's something else going on, because this is just, it's gotten out of hand. I feel like, dude, like, don't you think like, hey, the first 2 weeks, now this, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, the obviously every time that you're put yourself on the ground is a time that you could potentially end up hurt and out for the season. So definitely has to go back to the drawing board. He needs to figure out what is causing those mistakes. Is it a mental issue? I don't personally think it's anything to do with the motorcycle, because we've seen him run some of the fastest laps, or a lot of the fastest laps, win Supercrosses this season already, winning main events, and just to me, brain farts, I guess. We need to go back. He needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out how can he minimize those mistakes. You can't win a championship in any one of these classes when you are that inconsistent, and a lot of different things, stalling the motorcycle, big crashes here, just it's tough. And it also, every time you try to go back to the drawing board, you try to fix those issues, and as the repetitiveness of it happening, it eventually starts to creep in, and you're like, what you're kind of back yourself into a corner and not know what to do.
Yeah, it was overall, if you think about it, RV, like, what could have happened, Chase, like you said it perfectly. Like, that's the thing, like, you keep hitting the deck that much, dude. Like, that's why I was happy to see him come back out there and race, because I mean, that was a really, really hard impact, and you're so vulnerable. This is where I was talking about the track. Where could we've gotten it better? I think that this rhythm lane was a little bit long, and it could expose riders, like situations like this, if they were up front and they fell. A lot of the other riders did a great job by not hitting him or running him over, and I'm happy for Chase. So that was the case. But yeah, like, I think too, like, for Chase, RV, is like, if you don't know what the problem is, and we've talked about this before, it's hard to change what the problem is. So if it's mental, whatever, I don't think it's so much the bike. The bike is winnable.
Hey, Ricky and Aaron, rewind that really quick to where he just went over the finish line. Watch him adjust. Look at what he does with his bars, Ricky, when he goes.
Oh yeah, did you see? No, did you see that? What happened, dude? His bar mounts came loose.
Yes.
And like, dude, he was rattling them around. I don't know. I got to talk to Jade, see what happened. I meant to text Ian Harrison earlier, but again, being here.
Right here, right here, right here. Watch him when he pulls off the track. Right here. See him moving his bars. Yeah. So obviously after the crash, in the heat race, you know, mechanics have to run back, and there's a massive fire drill getting it ready for the last chance qualifier. And from what it looked like right there, maybe, you know, over a little oversight on top of the bars. Maybe obviously they were loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. He came. So when he came to do his interview with Katie Osborne after the LCQ win, the camera guys was looking at it, and dude, he's going like this and shaking the handlebars. Like, I think the bar mounts came loose. It's underneath, you know.
Wow. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I think the handlebar mounts. Something happened. Again, I was going to text Jade or Ian and ask, and I just didn't get a job done. So
maybe you did. Maybe you forgot for a reason.
Yeah. Maybe so. I do think though, how everything went down and going to the last chance, I feel like he rode well. He you know, he did some house cleaning to be able to get up to a decent position, maximize the points. And at one stage, I thought, like, dude, he could get up there and contend for the win, but I'm not sure if something happened to his bike yet again, or maybe he just pulled back quite a bit more. We're watching Coop stalled it. So he kind of inserted himself back in the battle here, but then he went backwards. So not really sure what happened there towards the end. If he just like, hey, it's been a long night, let me get it to the finish. But he got passed back by Justin Cooper and the Cowboys. So yeah, there. But overall, for what could have been, when I saw what went down that first lap in the heat, I mean, overall it was a positive night. I feel like, I don't know, maybe not for the championship, but
rough night, I would call it. RC rough night.
yeah, right.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.